Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And for you folks that have not yet done so, consider hitting that subscribe button below. I appreciate it. And then also, as always, if you find the information beneficial and useful, hit that like button as well. Now, our topic for you today is how to prevent gym failure. Pretty straightforward. And I know when this video is being produced right now, we're in the year 2020 and at the end of it, or near the end of it. And of course, a lot has gone on this year. There's been a lot of gyms that have failed, a lot of gyms that have closed. And there's a lot of common denominators here, with these companies, okay, and things that have happened. And so take a look at some of these things, listen to some of these things we're going to talk about, see where you're at, to make sure we don't fall into some of these dark holes and we can't get out. So number one is make sure you always supervise cash flow. Okay, make sure, you're going to have to manage it. Sometimes they're always, next month we'll get it, next month we'll get it. No, there's two things here. Make sure you're maintaining a monthly positive cash flow, and these are things that you really have to look hard at. You kind of get into that turnaround stage. Sometimes you have to kind of slash some costs a little bit, but you want to maintain monthly cash flow and make sure, I would suggest, a minimum of 30 days operating on hand. So if it costs you, say, $40,000 a month to run your business, maintain $40,000 in the bank. If it costs you 10, maintain 10. And this is one of the great things that have gotten people into trouble here, in the year 2020. So supervise your cash flow. Number two, avoid going into debt. One of the big things that we found is that the clubs that have had the most trouble is they had unmanageable debt. And it was that unsecured debt, it's lines of credit, credit card debt, becomes unmanageable. This is one of the single biggest common denominators of folks that have failed. Okay, and it's going to be the single common denominator of other folks that may fail. Do not go into debt. We have to figure this out in other ways. Okay, now if you go into debt for something that's going to generate cash flow, that can be something a little bit different. If you're buying equipment, okay, we might be able to look at that and say, yeah, that's going to help us make more sales, so we can justify that. But in a big picture, let's avoid going into debt. Number three, create a solid business plan. Yeah, I know a lot of folks do this when we first get started, and we get our lease done, we get our funding, and we discard that business plan. Make sure you've got a solid business plan in place. If you've not done one, go back and write one. If you need help writing one, contact me. We can help you do that. But get a business plan in place. And one of the things we can talk here that I can extract from that business plan is, what are your biggest risks? What are the biggest risks that you face right now? Fair question, right? Well, how do you mitigate those risks? This would be in any business plan, but too many owners have not really looked at that kind of going forward. Okay, here's my risk. Okay, here's what they are. How do I mitigate that? Because there's going to be an answer there for you. Okay, let's make sure we do that. But make sure you create a solid business plan. Okay, and then use it. Use it as, that's almost like your daily worksheet. Next on our list is maintain good customer service. And having these close connections with our members, this continues to be a regular issue, is we need to have regular communication with our customers. Every single interaction that you have with a non-using customer, they're 20% more likely to come in. That's what the data tells us. But there's still clubs out there that, hey, when's the last time you talked to Mary? I haven't talked to Mary in a month or 2 months. You have to have good customer service. Okay, not only now, but always, okay? Because yes, we want to sign up new people, but also we want to keep who we have. So make sure that our customer service level is high, okay? And just pulling those member usage reports is a great first place to start. Members that have used your gym, say 4 times or less, last 30 days, and we can take that 4 up higher if we need to, but members that have used your gym 4 times or less the previous 30 days, not only let's call them, but let's keep calling them. Let's nurture them through the process. Let's just don't say, oh yeah, she hasn't been in. No, I haven't talked to her for 2 months. That's not going to be what you're looking for long-term success. And then finally, learn from your competition. Learn from your competition. It can be other gyms. I mean, again, you guys, a lot of you guys that know me have heard me talk about, as a gym owner. I mean, I was talking to everybody. Okay, I wanted to learn this. What are you doing here? How are you doing this? How's this being handled? Doesn't mean that I was going to do it. It doesn't necessarily mean they had it figured out. But I wanted to learn from my competition, either learn what to do or learn what not to do. And you can even go into other fields, other industries. What are they doing? What are they doing that works? What are they doing that maybe we're not quite so sure about? But make sure we're learning from our competition. Okay, so these are the big 5 of things that cause that gym failure and how you can prevent it. Go back and look at them. Are you slipping into any one of those? Are you making a mistake in any one of those categories? If you are, let's get it addressed. Let's move forward with it. Okay. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to me. There's plenty of links below, different ways you can reach me, whether by phone, text, email, or through contact forms as well. So, folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. I appreciate being here at the channel today.